Let's see if this live is working. I'm just setting up this live stream right now, guys. Please bear with me for a moment. Okay, you guys, it's me, Retta, and welcome to the breaking news report on Kamille Cupcake McKinney. I wanted to bring you guys this story tonight, this harrowing tale of a 3-year-old girl who was kidnapped and murdered. Her name is Kamille Cupcake McKinney, and she was attending a party. She was abducted while at a birthday party in Birmingham, Alabama. The abduction happened at 8:30 p.m. at the Tom Brown Village public housing community of off of Messer Airport Highway. So she was abducted from the projects. Kamille was with her mother, April Thomas, and other family members at a birthday party in a parking lot off of the 41st Place North. Children attending the party said a man got out of an SUV and put Kamille into the vehicle. Now, we do have footage of the man actually trying to abduct 2 children. The Birmingham Police Department established a command post a couple of blocks away from the abduction. About 3.5 hours after the abduction, the Alabama law enforcement agency issued an Amber Alert. Birmingham police went door to door at the projects. They handed out flyers with Kamille's Cupcake's picture. Her family knows her as Cupcake. They released the store surveillance from a nearby Shell station depicting a person of interest in the suspect's vehicle. So the police department was definitely on top of things, even though the situation was bleak. It turned out that she was abducted by a couple, a woman with 5 children who had her children taken by CPS. for abuse. Kamille's parents spoke separately to reporters, pleading for her safe return, and an updated Amber Alert with the suspect description was issued. At about 8 p.m., residents at the Center Point condominium complex called 911 after finding the suspect's Toyota Sequoia parked outside. A resident and his girlfriend were taken into custody as persons of interest, later found out to be the actual suspects who murdered this beautiful little black girl and dumped her body. The male who is detained was captured on store surveillance. The vehicle was again discovered at the condominium. Birmingham Police Chief Patrick Smith and Mayor Randall Woodfin again asked the public to come forward with any credible information. Smith, the police chief, said despite the detention of two persons of interest, unfortunately the investigators have not received any information on the whereabouts of Kamille, aka Cupcake. But later on, 48 hours later, they did find her body. The Governor KIV announced that the two people detained on Sunday were charged. They also found that the man who was detained was in possession of child pornography with the intent to distribute. The images were discovered on his phone during the ongoing investigation into the abduction. Derek Arisha Brown, 29, was held as well after authorities filed a motion to revoke her bond. The male suspect name is Patrick Devon Starworth. He is charged with 7 crimes. The police department said they are going to prosecute this to the fullest extent. Hopefully these people receive life or death or the death penalty. The police did actually release footage, surveillance, showing 2 children moments before the abduction. The video showed 2 different men, one of whom walked by and the other who stopped, engaged the children. They believed that they offered these children candy. They then followed, the 2 children then followed the man out of the camera's view. They did find the body. They recovered the body of Kamille in a Santac dumpster that had been parked near the Center Point apartment complex where Starworth was initially arrested. So they found her body at the same place that they arrested the male suspect who had child porn and with intent to distribute. The dumpster had been transported to a landfill near Warrior where Birmingham police and FBI agents recovered Kamille's body. Authorities said he, the male suspect, and Brown, the female suspect, will be charged Wednesday with kidnapping and capital murder. At 9:29 p.m., the Amber Alert was indeed canceled. I feel like offering kids candy is an age-old tactic that abductors use. Not keeping an eye on your children, being in a project, you think you're around family, y'all having a party. I don't know how a 3-year-old, 2 little kids, a 3-year-old, they didn't give the age of the other child because I don't think at this moment they have identified who the other child is. But 2 children, one 3 years old, now a 3-year-old baby, was able to wander off and be abducted. Mothers, where are your eyes? Why would a 3-year-old child be able to wander away and be kidnapped? She was just 3 years old. The woman has 5 children. The woman that aided and abetted him in kidnapping and doing God knows what to little Kamille's body. And the man, Derek, he has 3 children. And they both have kidnapped other children before, their own children at that. I just feel like we really need to have a come to Jesus moment with the mothers in our community. This case reminds me of the Malia Davis case. Her stepfather murdered her. They still have not brought Brittany Bowens up on charges, even though in my heart of hearts, I believe she aided him in killing her own daughter, who at the time of her death, well, before her death, her skull was fractured. I mean, fractured. And they said she was nonverbal. It's just a lot going on in these different communities, and you have to keep your eyes out for predators. With this cupcake story, I have no idea how a child could be abducted from a party at 3 years of age. How was she able to wander off? Why wasn't I hold a 3-year-old's hand? Why wasn't somebody holding her hand? Where was her mother? Was she at the party alone? They keep saying the mom was there, family was there. But what mother allows a 3-year-old to wander off? That's crazy. I just want to tell mothers we have to be more diligent in protecting our children. Going outside by yourself, not checking on your children at all times is a thing of the past. You need to be checking on your kids. You need to be with your kids. You need to be outside with your kids, especially a 3-year-old. A 3-year-old should not be out and about by themselves. That's crazy to me. A, a, a 3-year-old outside at a party, walking down the street with another child, which again, we don't know how old the other child was, but they're walking down the street by themselves, leaving them wide open for a predator. And they're saying that this man and woman pictured here on my screen, that they planned this. They were looking for little kids to abduct and do this to. This stream is really bad. Something about my bit rate is off. I don't know. While I was pulling up this story, another story came to me of little Jakey Toole, a 5-year-old who is on the spectrum. Jakey Toole is just a 5-year-old, and his mother hasn't seen him since earlier this year. His body, too, was found. Police say the mother handed Jakey and her other child over to a woman named Celeste Smith while the mother was away. How can you hand a child over but you're away? Investigators say the other child is fine, but Jakey was never heard from again. Police say they have spoken to Smith on several occasions and have gotten different stories, and have even charged Smith with child neglect. He has been missing since April. I swear I saw a report that he was found in a landfill or something. He can't walk, he can't talk, he is nonverbal, and he is a special needs child. Save our children. Somebody has to do it. You are the best advocate for your children. You shouldn't be handing your children over to anyone that's not a blood relative. And even blood relatives, you have to investigate them. You need their car facts, they pedophile facts, they molestation facts, they murdering facts before you let your children go with these people. Why would a mother give 2 of her children up? If you can't handle your children, do it the legal way. Give them up the legal way, because this ain't it. And with the Kamille Cupcake McKinney story, I'm just so heartbroken. In a split second, lives can be changed. In a split second, you can go from having a child to not. My heart goes out to these mothers. I just feel like every single day there's a new story of child rape, child death, the mistreatment of innocent children. When are we going to start prosecuting these demons to the fullest extent of the law? Child rapists serve less time than Amber Geiger is going to serve for murdering Botham Jean. People are heartless. People are sick, twisted, and demented. And we as mothers have to ensure that our children are growing up in safe environments. We have to ensure that we never take our eye off of them. A 3-year-old was able to wander from a party. Yes, ma'am, that's on your shoulders. A 3-year-old. Where was your antennas when your 3-year-old was walking down the street and you served your 3-year-old up to 2 pedophiles? Like, they were just waiting, plotting and waiting. This little girl seemed like such a sweet, beautiful girl. There are videos. There are pictures of her on Facebook. I just hope and pray that she didn't know what was happening to her. I hope it was quick and it was swift and she was not tortured. We do not know all the details of her death. We do not know the cause of her death. They are still doing the autopsy. I hope little Kamille Cupcake McKinney did not suffer. I just thought, maybe she was lost. She'll come home. She's just a 3-year-old baby. Who would do the unthinkable to her? But then I remember the story of the girl who had to go to work and she left her like 9-month-old in a hotel room with her boyfriend and he damaged the baby's insides by raping her. I remember the Malia Davis case. Her mother went out of town, supposedly. Well, she did go out of town to her father's funeral. And when she came back, her daughter was missing. And Darian Vance had this cockamamie story of some Mexicans robbed him and took the car with her in it. But really, she was murdered in a trash bag, left there down the highway. Somebody has to stand up for these children. Somebody has to be the voice for these children. And somebody needs to teach women how to protect their children at all costs. How many more of these heinous stories do we have to hear for you to keep your eyes on your children, your sons, your daughters? These are just you are so evil and gross, corrupt, and disgusting to harm an innocent, beautiful baby. Look at that baby up there on that screen. Now look at these two disgusting, despicable, waste of just trash humans. And she was found in a dumpster, you guys. A whole dumpster. A dumpster. I just can't. I wanted to bring you guys this story instead of doing my report on Jazzy's son with the dirty feet, instead of giving you my report on other reaction channels reacting to reactors, people getting blocked out of chats, cussed out, all of that. That will probably be next Wednesday. My heart is very, very, very heavy because I just can't erase the picture of this innocent, beautiful little girl just sitting there in a dumpster, lifeless. I don't even know how law enforcement deals with this. I couldn't imagine being the medical examiner and having to do an autopsy on child after child after child after child. People are demonic. I call for swift justice. I call for them to get the death penalty because they deserve it. They deserve to be hanged. They deserve to have each and every one of their limbs chopped off. Such a beautiful, innocent baby. She got her life snuffed out. She had her whole life ahead of her. This should have never happened. And to the mother, if you were watching your daughter, 10 times out of 10, this wouldn't have happened. Yes, do babies walk away? Hell yeah. Do they go missing for 10 seconds? Hell yeah. But not at no nighttime party in the jets. If we in the jets, I ain't never taking my eyes off my kids. My kids don't even know what the jets look like. Okay? But if we happen to have a family function in the jets, you think I'm going to take an eye off of my big 13-year-old, my big 10-year-old, or my big 6-year-old? No, ma'am. And they will bite somebody's throat out because I don't play that. And how did they know to go sit outside of this party and start picking off these random kids? It's like they knew some neglectful shit was about to pop off. The mother needs to be brought up on charges. This is an innocent child. She didn't deserve to die. I hope they dig deep and tell us exactly what happened. Because did the parents know these two right here? Did they know them? How did they know where these people were going to be? Or is this all random? Did they just say, yeah, let's go to the Jets, let's go to the Bricks, and let's see if we can get one of these kids because nobody cares about them anyway? I don't know. Tell me what you think down below. Because this is such a troubling case. And I did read on Facebook, well, I watched the report from the chief of police. He said that the parents and these people have no connection. No, they got some type of connection. They got some type of connection. Small. They all in a small little enclosure, small space. They need off with their heads. It needs to be like the red wedding, for real, for real. They just need to, they should be slaughtered. This is sick, twisted, demented, disgusting, and disturbing. And I think that we should start lobbying for harsher laws. I think anybody that murders a child should get the death penalty. I think anybody that molests a child should get the death penalty. I think that anybody that rapes women should get the death penalty. Just kill their ass. I think anybody that kills anybody else and it's not in self-defense, they should get the death penalty too. I am all for harsher laws when it comes to violent crimes. Kill their ass. Kill them. And this broad right here got 5 kids. Her right there, she has 5 kids and lost every single one of them to abuse. My God. Pray for us. Pray for our communities. Pray for these children because something ain't clean in the water. And that is my report. I'm Retta, your favorite news reporter. And this is a sad, sad day. Please you got to keep the parents in your prayers. What else can you do? Because just like the man who called the police to go check on Tatiana, these parents, this mama is gonna have nightmares for the rest of her life because this probably could have been avoided. You guys have a blessed night. Please like this video, comment, rate, and subscribe.